Let's visit a new memory palace to learn some pronouns that are used all the time in Spanish and are actually fairly easy to use. These pronouns are very simple because they're used in almost exactly the same way that regular nouns are used. There aren't a lot of special rules for them like what we had to learn for direct objects or prepositional pronouns. Here are the 6 pronouns. So let's tell a little story about them. You're in a dark, swampy area in the countryside, nowhere near the sheep pastures. In the middle of the image here, there's some disgusting, slimy algae in the swamp, and something is emerging from the algae. It's not clear yet what is emerging, but some creatures on each side seem very excited about it. On the left, there are 2 ghost-like creatures that are transparent, and they're nodding their heads excitedly about it. And on the right, a bunch of toads are hopping up and down, waiting to see what's about to rise out of the algae. So first of all, let's look at the ghosts on the left side. One of them is a puppeteer who's nodding her head up and down and shouting, "Yay! Yay! Yay!" Her name is Nadie. So it's kind of a combination of nod and yay, because she's nodding and saying yay. So Nadie is this transparent human being. Her puppet is named Nada. So he can nod, but he can't talk. Meanwhile, the toads on the right side have 2 names. There's Todos and Todo. The Todos toads can talk, but the Todo toad can't talk. Next, let's look at what's happening in the middle. We still can't quite tell what's emerging from the algae, but one of the things is a human, and the other thing is a brick or something. The human thing is clutching fistfuls of Japanese money, which is called yen, and then the other thing is clearly not human and is just kind of emerging out of the algae. The non-human thing is algo. So it's kind of like algae, but algo. And then the human thing is alguien, which is similar but with a stress on yen for the money that it's holding. So, regardless of what might be happening in this ritual happening in the swamp, the diagram here represents something really important about these 6 pronouns. The things on the left represent nobody or nothing, which is why they're ghosts. The things on the right represent everything or everybody, so that's the opposite of nothing or nobody, and the things in the middle are somewhere in between, and they mean something or somebody. And in each case, we have one word that represents a person or people, and another word that represents things. So on the left side, nadie means nobody, which is our word for no people. The word nada means nothing, which is our word for the absence of things. In the middle, alguien means somebody, and algo means something. And on the right side, todos, for the talking toads, means everybody, and todo means everything or all. Before we go any further, make sure that you can draw out this scene from memory. What 2 words are in each column? And in each case, which word refers to people and which word refers to things? Now let's practice some of these words with a mini quiz. We are with someone here. So the word someone comes from the middle, and it's the human version of the thing in the middle. That's alguien. Estamos con alguien aquí. Next example, everyone is here. This is todos están aquí. Something is in your house. Algo está en tu casa. She's eating everything. Ella está comiendo todo. To practice the words nadie and nada, we have to talk about a strange thing that happens in Spanish that doesn't happen in English. Spanish uses double negatives. This can really frustrate English speakers, especially grammar Nazis like me. In English, we say, it's nobody. But in Spanish, it's actually improper to say, es nadie. Instead, you'll say no es nadie. Similarly, to say it's nothing, you can't say es nada. You have to say no es nada. These literally mean it's not nobody or it's not nothing, but in Spanish this is understood to mean that it's nobody or it's nothing. It doesn't really make sense for English-speaking logic, but it makes sense in Spanish. One more fun thing, this time about the words on the right. The rest of the words in this scene don't ever change spelling, but these words, todos and todo, can change based on what the everyone or everything refers to. For example, to say all the boys, you'd say todos los boys. And then to say all the girls, you'd say todas las girls. We can practice using these with nouns that we already know, such as all the things, which would be todas las cosas. Then you would say all the time as todo el tiempo. Besides these nuances, using all 6 of these words is pretty intuitive. They're generally used the same way that we use the English words nobody, nothing, somebody, something, everybody, and everything.